So today we're going to talk about some thoracic mobility, so upper back mobility and upper back stability, right? So one way we like to do this is we use a PVC pipe. At home you can use a Swiffer, a broom, a golf club, anything that you can hold. What we want to do is we're going to get pretty wide and you're going to kind of pass that up over your head and behind you. Now the wider you are, the easier it should be. So as you go narrower, it's going to be a little tougher on that mobility. So what we want you to do is find a spot that's challenging as you go back and then come forward. Now, what might happen is you might get a little bit of a pinch in your shoulder. So if you get too narrow and you feel a pinch, what's going to happen is you're going to want to bend your elbow to help you get back up and over. If you're doing that, you're too narrow, we want to get a little bit wider to get back through. And then if you still feel a pinch, we might need some more stability in our shoulder blade as we're going through those pass-throughs, right? So PVC or stick, dowel, pass through, you're holding pretty wide, standing up nice and tall, going through. Again, we don't want to arch away, we want to stay nice and snug, and then you're coming back, right? So that's one that we can do there for upper back thoracic mobility. The other one we can do is we can still hold that PVC and we can go around the world. So we go one way around behind us, and then the other arm comes back and in, right? And then we can reverse that. Same thing. Now this one might not be as tough for the shoulder in terms of pinching because you do get to bend that elbow as you come through to give yourself a little bit more range of motion. And what we're trying to do there is we're really just trying to get that ball moving through that whole socket. So this is a good warm up for your upper back, for your shoulders if we're doing some overhead mobility. And again, as you go through, we want to try not to really arch too much through our lower back. We want to try and keep those ribs down as we're rolling through both directions, okay? So that's a way we can do with the PVC pipe. Another one we like to do is a drop through. So you can do this with a barbell or you can do it with a countertop, kitchen sink, anything like that. That's about between waist and chest height. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna put your arms right on top. You're gonna keep them nice and straight. Your butt's gonna get sent back and you're just gonna try and drop your chest through your arms as far as you can and back up. Again, we can go a little bit wider to make it a little bit easier. You might not drop as far. And then we can go a little narrower and you can drop again. So again, when you get narrower, you might feel a little bit of a pinch in that shoulder. If you do, again, we want to focus a little more on our shoulder blade stability instead of that mobility piece. Again, that's more shoulder, upper back mobility. And then another one we like to do using a ball is a prone angel. So here, you can get a ball. You can do this on the floor if you don't have a ball, or you can do it on the bench. We like the ball because it provides, it makes you be a little more stable when you're doing it. So you're gonna lie on your stomach on it. You're gonna take those arms, they're gonna go right back by your side. Thumbs are gonna be down, and as you come up into that angel, your thumbs are gonna rotate up towards the ceiling, and then they're gonna rotate back down. Just like that, rotate up, rotate back down. Again, with this one, we want to avoid really arching our back way up. So we want to keep that nose and those eyes looking straight down. Angel up, angel down. As we're doing those, we're thinking about getting our shoulder blades back and together as we're rotating up and rotating down. So that provides a little bit of mobility in trying to get your arms up over your head, but also stability in those shoulders to keep those arms up in the air. All right, so we really like that one to hit a little bit of both mobility and stability. All right, and then the other thing we like to do, since we're down in this position, is called a reach, roll, and lift. So you can use a foam roller, or you can do it on the floor as well. Foam roller just makes it a little bit easier to move. So that roller is going to be in front of you, a little diagonal so you can see. You're going to place the outside of your wrists on that roller. You're going to roll that roller forward. So that's our reach piece. You're going to roll your hands up, trying to get those palms up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to reach your hand up towards the ceiling. Going up, and then we roll back in, all right? So it's going to be a reach, a roll, and a lift. Now again, this one helps upper back mobility, upper back extension, but also when you get that lift piece in, it helps to contribute to the stability and the strength in and around the low back, the low trap, or the low trap and the mid back, all right? And then the last thing that we're going to talk about today is when you are working out or within your workouts, what you can do is include front rack holds. So if you're doing lunges or squats, we can get a kettlebell or some dumbbells, And we can go into a front rack hold. You can do single or you can do both. And what that's going to do is that's going to want to try and pull us forward. So we have to engage our upper back nice and snug, strong through our core to try and hold that up. Now, if we end up throwing our elbow out to the side, what ends up happening is we're using the outside of our shoulder to hold that up and not as much our upper back, okay? So you can include some front rack carries in the lunges, in the squats to help with that upper back stability, okay? So this builds on our last post of a couple of thoracic mobility, upper back mobility exercises that you can continue to do for upper back, thoracic mobility, stability, and improving your strength in those areas.